If you were face to face with your 10-year-old self right now, what is that one thing you tell them? That one piece of advice you wish you knew when you were younger? It's that question that all these celebrities and successful people get asked later down the line. And it's something I've actually pondered myself. Now, obviously, I haven't got the wealth of experience or success that these other people have, being 21, almost turning 22. But I have thought about it, and there is definitely one thing in particular I wish I could have told my 10-year-old self. And don't worry, it's not going to be those cringe things like, I wish I bought Bitcoin then, or something stupid like that. I'm talking actual fundamental life advice and skills. And it's to do with school grades. And I would say that school grades are not enough. Now, I know a lot of people get told that, oh, school doesn't really matter, don't worry. School is important, but your grades are not enough. And the reason I say this in particular is not because I was particularly bad at school, because I know a lot of people get this advice when they're not doing very well academically and they get told, don't worry, maybe school isn't for you, you'll find success later down the line. But I make this crystal clear and apparent because I was very good at school. I was academically very intelligent. I got A's and A stars every exam I took. My GCSEs, I got 11 A stars and 1 A. For A levels, 3 A stars and 1 A. So technically the school system was perfectly suited for someone like me. And I got told throughout my time at school, because of how good my grades were, I'm bound for success. I'm going to go on to achieve amazing things. But I don't necessarily think that's the case. How many times do we see people that failed school or would get C's and B's or maybe even D's go on to achieve amazing things? Because your school intelligence, your academic intelligence is not the yardstick for how successful you're going to be. Guys, let's think about it right now, yeah? To be a venerable character, an individual that commands respect, a real top class person, to be a quality man, as people say, or quality woman, think about how many different characteristics and traits you need to have. Of course, you need to be intelligent, but you have to have charisma, confidence, the ability to negotiate, be in good physical condition, be financially sound, be able to look after and provide for yourself and the family. Now, of course, intelligence fits into that mold, but school only looks at intelligence. That's not the only characteristic of a successful person. But let's boil it down even deeper from there. So you have intelligence. Academic intelligence is such a small proportion of the whole bandwidth of intelligence. Think about it, guys. You've got academic intelligence, of course, but there's emotional intelligence, there's people intelligence, entrepreneurial intelligence, financial intelligence, all these different components of intelligence. That's just to name a few, all make up intelligence as a whole. But the school system, for some reason, dives so deeply into that academic intelligence side and uses it as the metric for success. And so if you're good academically, you'll be good for life. If you're getting good grades, that's it. You're going to be successful because you're good academically. That's not the case at all. So I got lulled into this false narrative because I was so good academically that I'm bound for success. Denzel's going to be a very successful person growing up. Look at the grades he's getting. So I didn't even bother developing the other sides of my life. I didn't even bother learning how to actually speak to people, negotiate, present myself, have that sort of confidence and charisma that commands respect when you walk into a room. I didn't bother with it. I genuinely thought if I'm smart academically, if I'm getting good grades, that'll be enough. Good grades enough will get me to $100,000, $200,000 a year and beyond. Live off it for life. It's not necessarily the case. Look, I'm not saying that hyper-focusing on grades won't enable you to reach top incomes and have that sort of success. There's been cases of it. Examples include people like Mark Zuckerberg. Nerdy, geeky, but have achieved top success. But I'm talking for the general public, the general person that wants to be remembered and respected as a top individual. Someone that thrives in all facets of life, has that respect when they walk into a room, which I think is everyone's innate desire, right? I think nothing would feel better than to walk into a room and command respect from the people there. You walk into a room and people look at you and go, yeah, like that's who I want to speak to. And I feel like if you're just good academically, you won't command that sort of respect and you won't reach those top upper echelons that I think everyone innately wants to reach. Look, I'm not saying you shouldn't focus on school, and I'm not saying that if you're doing bad at school or good at school, it's good news or bad news. Of course, you should try to do well in everything you pursue in life, and school's one metric of that. And of course, there is a correlation between people that are academically intelligent and intelligent in other facets of their life. But I'm making this video to my 10-year-old self that obviously can't watch this, but maybe my 10-year-old son will watch this one day. If you're good at school, bad at school, if you're good academically, bad academically, it's not the be all and end all. I want you to focus on other areas of your life. I want you to actually take the time to read and gain financial knowledge, to gain entrepreneurial knowledge, to learn how to sell, to talk to people. I mean, it's that old adage, right? It's not what you know, it's who you know. Sometimes the ability to actually resonate with people and talk to people and foster and build strong connections and relationships with people will take you further than any academic knowledge could. The ability to manage people, organize people, listen to people's problems, take on ideas and present them. They all go so far in helping you to achieve greatness, success, whatever you want to achieve in this world. I've got a few books on my shelf right here, and I take the time to read, and I've started reading especially non-fiction books, business books, self-help productivity books, because I realized far too late at around 19, 20 years old that I should be focusing heavily on other aspects of my life. And I wish I knew that earlier. I wish I knew when I was in school getting good grades that good grades are not enough. I genuinely wish I knew that. Now, of course, I could dive even deeper into the school curriculum and whether the school system is even fit to serve in the 21st century. But that's a conversation for another day. But one thing I want to make absolutely apparent is that I don't believe the school subjects available right now are the best suited to someone that wants to build a real well-rounded character. The school subjects provided are necessary for vocational opportunities, jobs, engineering, mathematics, history, English, geography. They all apply if you want to go into a job. Nothing in school really caters towards entrepreneurs, to businessmen. Yes, they teach business studies. Does it really help? Let's be completely honest. The business studies teacher isn't exactly Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. Because if they were, they wouldn't be teaching, they'd be running their business. So I really think more of the school system needs to have an emphasis towards building up those skills. The ability to negotiate, the ability to present yourself. If you have good charisma, if you can talk in an articulate manner that resonates with the person you're talking to, that is far more important than having the ability to do maths well. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'd rather my future children be absolutely fantastic salesmen than be fantastic mathematicians. Because think about the skills that sales gives you. Now, I understand that maths brings you problem solving skills, the ability to look at problems, understand them and solve them. Understand that completely. And maths, of course, ties into physics and other subjects. But let's look at sales, right? For you to be a good salesman, you have to have these sort of qualities and you develop them by becoming a good salesman. The ability to negotiate, to put your point across, look presentable, organize different clients, articulate yourself in a compelling manner, and you understand how money works along the way. Think about all those skills you get and how you can utilize them in life. If you are a good salesman, not only for products, but to sell yourself, you can negotiate a raise, you can find yourself a partner, you ain't gonna struggle in the love life. If you can talk well, if you can present yourself in a way that gets people attracted to you, not necessarily just physically from a partner standpoint, but even in a sense of a business standpoint or as a friend, that's so important. So I genuinely think more of an emphasis needs to be made on that side of your life. Now, obviously, I can't go back to 10 years old, and maybe 10 years old would be a little bit young to start this, but I'm looking especially at 14, 15-year-olds at school right now, doing well at school or not doing that well at school, and to actually sit there and go, despite the fact of what my grades are, I should be focusing on other aspects of my life. I should be looking to build a real well-rounded individual that thrives not just academically, but thrives in the gym, building a really nice physique. Thrives in the sense that they are a real good people person, can connect with the other person, can foster good relationships, someone that people want to talk to, comes with good ideas, can present themselves in a really compelling manner. I read this in a book like a year or so ago. Solving the problem is half the problem. Conveying the answer is the most important part. And it's so true. If I had the solution that could solve the problem of world hunger, but I went up on stage and was feeble, couldn't really present my ideas, didn't really have a compelling way of conveying my solution, no one's going to take it seriously. I could have the solution to world hunger, but if I'm not able to convey my ideas in an articulate manner that resonates with the audience, what's good knowing the answer? What's good knowing the answer if you can't use it to make an impact on the world? What's good knowing the answer if you can't use it to make money, to help your family, to help others? There's no use. It's just ego and vanity at that point. So academic intelligence is important, but it's one cog in a one wheel of intelligence, which is one wheel in one massive mechanism, which makes up being a real top quality character. A person that commands respect and a person that people look at and go, that's someone I want to be like. Remember, you are the only person that can make it happen, but you are also the only person that can mess it all up.